For 600 years, the smartest people alive have tried to read this book. They failed. Not amateurs, cryptographers, linguists, priests, codebreakers from both world wars. Even modern AI systems built to destroy patterns without emotion, they all stopped. Not because it was too hard, but because it refused to respond. The Voynich Manuscript looks like a language. It behaves like a language. It follows every structural rule real language follows. And yet, it gives nothing back. No confirmed sentence, no hidden message, no error, no breakthrough. It is perfectly written and completely silent. Language is supposed to crack under pressure. It leaks meaning. It exposes its author. It collapses when pushed hard enough. This one does not, which leaves only two possibilities. Either this is the most sophisticated code ever created, or it was never meant to be read. And if it was never meant to be read, then every person who tried to decode it was not researching. They were intruding. This is the Voynich Manuscript, and tonight we are not asking what it says. We are asking why it has survived 6 centuries without ever acknowledging a single reader. The object. A book built to outlast you. The Voynich Manuscript is not a fragile mystery. It is a commitment made in material. Carbon dating places its vellum between 1404 and 1438, a period when books were not produced in quantity. They were suffered into existence. Every page is animal skin, taken, cleaned, stretched, scraped, dried, 240 times. Imagine the time that took, years of labor, for a book no one could read. Ink was not acquired. It was composed, balanced, refined. Spacing was calculated. Strokes were controlled. Mistakes were anticipated and prevented. Nothing here was improvised. Nothing was rushed. Nothing was affordable. This object consumed years of skilled human life, and when it was finished, no one attached their name to it. No title, no author, no dedication, no explanation, no claim of purpose. That absence is not negligence, it is intent. Someone wanted this book to exist, but not to belong. Books meant to teach declare themselves. Books meant to persuade display authority. Books meant to survive history attach names to ensure preservation. This one refused all three, because this book was not designed to move through minds. It was designed to remain after minds had passed. Someone invested a lifetime of effort to create an object that could be handled, measured, dissected, obsessed over, without ever becoming anyone's possession. That is not how you construct a message. That is how you construct something that anticipates attention, absorbs scrutiny, and outlives every attempt to make it answer. Discovery when history panicked. In 1912, the Voynich Manuscript resurfaced, not because it had been understood, but because it could no longer be contained. It entered the modern world through Wilfred Voynich, not a scholar, not a linguist, but a dealer, someone whose profession exists for objects that have exhausted respectable explanations. The manuscript did not come alone. It came with a letter, written in 1666. The letter did not interpret the book. It did not defend it. It did not explain its purpose. It apologized, not for the book's content, but for its existence. The letter claimed the manuscript once belonged to Holy Roman Emperor Rudolf II, a ruler whose court was consumed by obsession. Rudolf surrounded himself with alchemists, astrologers, and occult theorists, men who promised systems beneath reality, shortcuts to power, and certainty where faith failed. He was not collecting curiosities, he was buying answers. For this book, Rudolf paid 600 gold ducats, enough to fund wars, collapse treasuries, or purchase loyalty on a continental scale. That price matters, because rulers do not gamble that kind of wealth on puzzles. They gamble it on solutions. And whatever Rudolf believed this manuscript contained, he believed authority depended on it. Then something happened that history rarely records. No translation, no breakthrough, just silence. Nothing. No translation followed. No system emerged. No revelation justified the cost. The manuscript did not fail dramatically. It failed quietly. After Rudolf's death, it moved through courts, religious orders, private vaults, and institutional archives. Always preserved, never resolved. No one destroyed it. No one endorsed it. No one finished the work they began, because destroying it would have admitted fear, and explaining it would have admitted defeat. So history chose the only option that preserved credibility. It kept the book, and treated the silence as if it had been intentional. The script, a language that excludes you. The text is written in what scholars call Voynichese, not because it fits language, but because it refuses every other category. Roughly 30 symbols, repeated, ordered, disciplined, written left to right, grouped into structures that behave like words, following rules that never drift, never decay, never relax. And then the trap closes. Statistical analysis shows the text obeys Zipf's law, the mathematical signature of real language. In other words, it behaves exactly like something meaningful. This is not ornament, not noise, not madness, but no alphabet maps to it. No cipher survives it. No substitution reaches meaning. During both world wars, elite cryptographers tried. They failed. Modern machines tried. They failed faster. This is the only known text that behaves like intelligence, without ever granting comprehension, which leaves no safe interpretation. Either the reader is inadequate, or reading itself is forbidden. The images, a body rebuilt without permission. The illustrations are where the manuscript stops being abstract. Plants that do not exist, roots tangled with stars, growth without soil, life without ecology. Then the bodies appear, women, dozens of them, naked, submerged, threaded through pipes, chambers, and valves. Not posed, not observed, integrated, as if the human body were plumbing. These are not portraits, they are schematics. Medieval books copied anatomy. They repeated Galen. They treated the body as sacred design. This book does the opposite. It disassembles the human form into functions, flows, inputs, outputs, no faces, no names, no individuality. The body is no longer human, it is infrastructure. And infrastructure does not require consent. The stories we invented to feel safe. Confronted with this, historians did what institutions always do. They softened it. They called it a herbal, a medical manual, a women's health guide, an alchemical notebook. Labels meant to neutralize threat, but every safe explanation collapses instantly. You do not invent plants to heal. You do not encode medicine in unreadable language. You do not build a healing system no one can access, because healing requires participation. This book rejects participation. Every comforting theory fails for the same reason. It assumes the manuscript was meant to help. What if it wasn't? What if this book was never designed to treat bodies, but to retrain how bodies are perceived? Not a medical text, a cognitive instrument, a way of teaching the reader to stop seeing humans as people and start seeing them as components. The cipher that broke everyone else first. Many insist the manuscript must be encoded. That belief is comforting, because codes are problems, and problems promise solutions. They reward effort. They flatter intelligence. But ciphers compress meaning. They hide information efficiently. They economize thought. The Voynich Manuscript does the opposite. It repeats. It expands. It consumes space with discipline. Patterns persist where efficiency should erase them. Structures recur where optimization should collapse them. This is not encryption. This is cognition unfolding. Inefficient, recursive, obsessive. A cipher transmits information. This text behaves like someone thinking, circling the same ideas, writing for endurance, not for delivery. That distinction matters, because ciphers want to be solved. This manuscript behaves like it has already watched too many readers fail and is waiting for the next one to quit. The theory that ends all attempts. There is a theory scholars hesitate to complete, not because it lacks evidence, but because accepting it invalidates centuries of effort. What if the manuscript was written by one person for one purpose? To externalize thought, a private symbolic system, a language not designed to communicate, but to contain cognition, not meant to be shared, not meant to be translated, not meant to survive interpretation. A mental architecture rendered permanent, a diary no one else was supposed to open. If that is true, then the Voynich Manuscript is not unreadable. It is perfectly readable by exactly one mind, which means this is not a puzzle. It is someone else's thinking process, preserved intact. And every attempt to decode it was never research. It was intrusion. Why no one destroyed it? Empires collapsed, languages vanished, libraries burned. This book remained. Not because it was protected, but because it never entered negotiation. It did not recruit belief. It did not seek agreement. It did not reward understanding. It survived by refusing participation. Most knowledge dies when it spreads. It fractures, it mutates, it loses coherence. This did not, because it stayed sealed, because it belonged to no one, because it asked nothing of history. The Voynich Manuscript does not want readers. It wants distance. This has been the lost past. Some mysteries are not unsolved. They are intact, because everyone who tried to enter them eventually stepped back.